Today, I was browsing through one of my dental hygiene magazines, and as you know, dental hygienists, we have to learn a lot about all medical conditions. We're screening patients for medical conditions all the time, and we really want this to be an interdisciplinary effort. So I thought it would be a good time to come on and give you a little update about measles. April 2019, there were 555 new cases reported in the US. So measles is a virus, and it's highly contagious. If you are in the vicinity of someone that's coughing and sneezing, it's an airborne illness, so that's how you can get it. Also, if someone has the lesions and you come in contact with them, you can get it if you're not already vaccinated. Some of the new cases that were reported were directly related to travels overseas, where it's more prevalent. But generally speaking, there's been a decrease in the parents that are opting to get their kids vaccinated on schedule. And so you'll see an increase in prevalence of something when less people are protected against it. So people ask me, from time to time, what do I think about these vaccines? What's the risk benefit? And so for me personally, my kids were born full term, they were healthy, they were not immunocompromised at all. And so in all my studies in college, you learn that if you have a large group of people, this herd of people, you've got to keep about 95% or more of the population protected against a condition to keep it from springing up like this and killing people. And there was one fact. In 2015, under the National Immunization Survey, they found that only 72.2% of kids between 19 months and 35 months were fully vaccinated at that time. So, it's a numbers game. It just makes sense that if fewer people are protected against it, you're going to see more cases. The symptoms are this. When you come in contact, it's going to take 9 to 15 days for symptoms to show up in you. High fever, swollen lymph nodes, cold-like symptoms, but the fever is really high, sometimes 103, 104 fever. Sometimes the headache, the back pain, the eyes can get a little red. Sometimes inside the mouth there's little bluish, whitish, pebbly kind of lesions, and of course this rash. It may only last 1 or 2 weeks for people, but unfortunately those that have a lowered immune system, haven't been able to get vaccinated, it can kill you. Back in the 1900s, when they first started reporting cases, there were like 6,000 people or so died each year of measles, directly related to that virus. So the treatment of this, it's not a bacteria. You can't just take antibiotics. It's a virus. You have to let it run its course, and you've got to treat the symptoms. So for people that are dehydrated, you've got to stay hydrated. Keep the pain control down, keep the fever down. But it can be really uncomfortable, and it can be really devastating. And like I said, some people die. I do have a quick tip for you, though, and that could help prevent the spread of any type of condition. So this is so easy. If you're not feeling well, if you have a fever, if you're coughing, you're sniffling, if your children are feeling sick, this is the easiest thing ever, and I've done it so many times. If I'm coming down with a cold, I don't want my children to get sick. You put a nice little mask on, make sure to seal the edges really well so that if you're coughing and sneezing, it's not going out on other people. And wash your hands many, many times during the day, and just kind of stay away from social situations. So it's not worth it to go to work if you're not feeling well, and it's not worth it to give it to your family. So that's my quick tip, and that's the update for measles. I hope this helps. If you guys have any questions, I'm not an expert. This was just kind of like the highlights of what's going on and my personal opinion, and a little quick tip for you. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. Take care.